This happened in September last year. Anyone know who Tim Ferriss is? So I'm a huge Tim Ferriss fan, and then he made this video about playing poker. Tim has no experience playing poker, and then he meets up with a pro, goes to Vegas, and within 48 hours, he's like beating professionals playing poker. I see this video, I'm very influenced, and I decide I'm gonna go to Vegas, right? Does anyone know what the Megabus is? It's another great hack. So you know how they offer the $1 tickets? I'm the guy who gets the $1 tickets. It's possible. I've done it a zillion times. So I booked this trip to Vegas in September. It cost like $2.50, cost of a cup of coffee. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna go for 2 days and I'm gonna learn how to play poker. I'm gonna apply what I learned from that video and I'm gonna make a lot of money, right? I got nothing to lose. Except $200, all right. $200 is what I'm starting with. So I go to Vegas and I stay at a hostel. Believe it or not, there's actually a hostel on the Strip called Hostel Cat. Look it up. They filmed The Hangover there anyway. So I'm staying there, and my first night, I'm totally scared. I decided to do what everyone else does in Vegas, and I drink the whole day, right? And then at nighttime, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play poker. And I learned such great lessons from this video, right? About how to play poker, all the hands to play, when to fold, where to actually strategically be in the lineup next to the dealer. And the most important concept I learned was about mirroring. Mirroring is when you take on the characteristics of the other players of the game. And they do this all the time. This is a basic psychology trick. So if a car salesman wants to sell you a car, he's gonna mirror you. He's gonna sit how you sit. He's gonna take on your mannerisms, and that's gonna make you more susceptible to buy and to sell. This is actually true, right? So that was a big concept for me. So I went that first night, drank the whole day. I went into Casino Royale, and if I don't know if you know this casino, it's on the Strip, but it's like the shittiest part of the Strip, you know? And I thought this is a great place to start. There's no high rollers, there's no stakes. What we have here is we have drunk people coming in after day drinking and then losing all their money to the dealer. So that's when I got the idea. That first night when I walked into Casino Royale and I just saw these people just shit-faced at 10 p.m. just losing money. And I thought, that's it. I'll just mirror that tomorrow night when I'm not shit-faced. And that's exactly what I did. So the second night, I go back to Casino Royale at 10 p.m., stone sober, didn't drink all day long, right? I go up there and I start scanning the place. And all of a sudden, I see this poker table, $20 ante, right? And there's these 3 guys. I later found out that they were from New Zealand. And they were just shit-faced. And they were playing poker, and they're all terrible, because I had observed from afar. And I thought, this is gonna be so easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. So I walk up to I don't walk, I saunter up to the table. I'm like, hey guys, this is poker, right? How do you play this game? Right? Just totally like trying to hustle, and I've never hustled before in my life, but hey, Tim Ferriss did a video about it, and he can do it, so can I. So I pretend to be drunk at this table with these 3 guys from New Zealand are in town for a bachelor party that I found out, right? Keep in mind, I've been drinking all night, and I told the server who kept coming by, I was like, yeah, vodka soda. Just make that soda, please. I told her, like, make that soda every single time. So everyone thought I was drunk, right? So now I'm playing poker, and as you guessed it, I'm killing it. Just by applying these like 1 or 2 principles I learned from this video. I'm acting drunk, and I'm letting them win a couple so they don't think that I'm running the table. But all of a sudden, the $200 I invested started growing and growing and growing. And now it's like 11:30, and I'm up $980. So I'm very excited. I was like, this mission has been accomplished. It's blowing my mind. I'm staying at a hostel for $15 a night. I almost made $1,000 just by watching a short video, and I'm going back on a dollar bus tomorrow. This is like a total win, right? So then, this is when my life changes. This 4th guy comes up, right? And he comes and he sits down, and I can tell by the way he's walking, he is just as hammered as everyone else, right? So he sits down in the free seat right next to me, and he starts speaking in a New Zealand accent to the other guys. And I was like, oh my God, this is the dude. This is like one of their bachelor party. He may even be the groom, I don't know. But all of a sudden they're conversing in whatever language they speak in New Zealand, right? I can't understand. You just see the chicken with the dick, and then all of a sudden you play the dick, whatever they're saying, right? So they're doing that. And I had a choice to make. I thought, you know what, I could walk away. It's almost midnight. I almost made $1,000. But what did I do? I did not do that, right? I thought, all right, this one is even easier than the rest. He's totally shit-faced. I have to take advantage of this. It's been working for 3 hours straight, right? I do exactly that. Just like I did before, I run game on the fourth guy, and I let him win a couple of hands, right? And it's all going well. But then things start to shift. The table starts to turn. He starts winning a couple hands, and I start losing my advantage. And that starts getting me mad. And I'm sure you know a little bit about gambling, is when you lose, you have this sort of, anxiety that, all right, I'm just going to bet a next round just so I make up for that loss that I just had, right? Pretty natural. So now I can see that my savings are kind of dwindling, and then it comes down to a very important hand. And for some reason, this new player, this new Zealander, inspired all the others because they started to see me lose, which was another psychology lesson I didn't know at the time, right? There was a diminishing stature that I was having. So this hand comes out. I'm feeling very confident about it because I have two pair. And if you don't know anything about poker, two pairs, when you have two pairs of cards, it's better than three of a kind. It's pretty nice, right? So I had two kings and two jacks and then a five, right? Pretty good hand. Everyone is in this time. This is all five of us. And not only everyone is in, everyone is raising. Keep in mind, my pile has gotten kind of small, right? Everyone is putting money in, putting money in, putting money in. And then one by one, they all start folding until it gets down to me and the newcomer. And at this point, I feel this is ridiculous. I'm the only sober person here. I can't lose this hand. Everyone else is shit-faced, probably even the dealer, okay? I'm not going to lose what I came here for, because then he decides to go all in with his chips, right? And I was like, this guy can barely even form sentences. I can't comprehend this, right? So he goes, okay, all in, right, in his stupid accent, right? So he throws all his chips in. And I'm like, the ego in me, I couldn't believe it that the tables had turned so much. I said, yeah, all in. And I throw all my chips in, right? So all those savings, everything. I've worked 3.5, well, but probably 2 days, actually, really accumulating the knowledge for this, right? It all goes all in, right? Finally, time to show our cards. I show, boom, two pair, kings, jacks. What does he throw down? Motherfucking full house, ace high. Ooh. If you don't know, full house beats two pair. Right? And my heart just sinks to my testicles. It is so low, and I can't believe it, right? And the other New Zealand guys were going apeshit over it. They couldn't believe it, and they're congratulating him. And then this guy is just raking in all these chips, and then this is the moment my life changed. He turned to me, and then his face changed. He went stone sober, looked at me, gave me a wink, and in a perfect American accent said, "Thanks for doing business." Took the chips and left. And I sat there, and those New Zealand guys like, that guy was a fucking treat, wasn't he? They didn't fucking know him! That guy's an American! He had been watching me running game on these guys, and he was running game on me running those guys. And that's exactly what fucking happened. And I lost all my savings, and the next day, I thought about it. And I was like, that was incredible. What a crazy lesson in psychology. And that night, I was staying at the hostel, and I had barely enough money. I literally kept it in between the sole of my shoe and the shoe. You ever do that? Like your emergency fund? Enough for 2 tall boys at Walgreens to stay at the hostel cat for the $1 bus ride home. And I told everyone at the hostel that story. They got like a severe kick out of it, but that was the moment I felt I was in the eye of the storm where I thought I was in control and everything else was a shit mess, but it was the exact opposite. But I did hopefully learn a lesson. That's my story. Thanks.
Biedron, ladies and gentlemen.